changing lives.
Every blessed Tuesday, I'm always happy to come your way. My name is Nana Akusiabuache. Yes, your friend, your sister, and this happens to be Rhythms of Life. So join me, say this. Yes, the show, that gives you nothing but the best. Thanks for that. I know you remember. Yes, so today, we have an amazing guest joining us once more. If you've seen the flyers go around, I guess you know who I'm talking about. If you don't know too, don't worry, you soon get to know who our guest is. But then over the weekend, a lot went on. Of late, Adventists, we are actually getting into the groove of, organizing nice events. And most of our choral groups, some are not fully Adventists, but we have a lot of our Adventist youth being part, sharing the word of God through music. And this is one of the choral group I'm talking about. That's One Voice, Hymns and Worship. It went on Saturday at the Nat Hyde Hall, just right opposite the Zenith Bank. Yes, if you couldn't make it, I'm sorry, you missed a lot, but it was beautiful, very, very beautiful. I love music. Music is very powerful, and I know you second what I am saying, and you are thirding and you are fourthing on that. Yes, I don't know if you've watched the video, but let me give you a gist of what happened. Let's just go and watch just a few minutes of it. So you see, yeah, told you it was a beautiful moment at the Nat Hyde Hall. Yes, around Rich. If you missed it, I'm sorry, but then it was a massive blessing through music. Say a big shout out to One Voice, that God should keep blessing them. They should keep doing God's word, sharing His word through music, and then inspiring people with the lyrics of their music. All right, so we'll go for a quick music break, and when we're back, I'll finally introduce our guest for today. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back from that music break. You saw someone in the video, right? Okay, so before I introduce my guests, please, Pala first. Please don't be part of those who do last minute things. Don't be part of those people. Grab your ticket. We have 70 for standard, we have 150 for VIP, and 300 for a family of 5. Yeah, we understand. The system is hard. That's why we are doing it according to the level you and I can be part of. I want you to be there. Let's thank God. This year has been tough. So let's join hands and thank God on 31st of December at the National Theatre. I want you to be there because I will be there. And I'm praying and hoping all our guests will be there. I don't want to promise. But if you want that to happen, then you have to get your tickets. Yes. So, on the part that we've all been waiting, our guest for today is Mrs. Ama Kutin Boateng. Please, it's Kutin, not Putin. Ama, I hope you don't mind if I call you Ama.
Oh, sure. Please go ahead.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine, by God's
very
grace.
Excited to be here. You're very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Sechiama, one of my colleagues. I hope you heard that. Thank you. Anyway, I said Kutin because some people started calling me like, are you sure it's not Putin? Is she not related to Putin? I was like, please, don't drag Russia into this. We beg you. It is Kutin. Probably we will find the meaning today if you want to know. So it's K, not P. Awa.
Yes, sis.
We're also happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
We know it's a long ride all the way from the United States.
Yeah.
How was it like for you?
Oh, lovely. I mean, it's cold back home, so I'm just enjoying the weather.
Enjoy!
Yes.
Enjoy while it lasts.
Yeah.
Enjoy while it lasts, and then how have your stay been so far?
So far, great. So far, great. Last week, I was at the One Voice Choir event, and that was amazing. I mean, I got to worship with Day Spring Church.
Okay.
That was also amazing. And next week, you already know all the things that are coming up. So far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah.
We thank God. You've tried the dishes.
Yes.
You missed them, right?
I've eaten
what were
a
you
lot
missing?
of jollof.
Oh, a lot of jollof. Add the one, Ghana jollof.
Ghana jollof, exactly.
Thank you. Now you're on the same
Yeah.
page. Is it some of the dishes you were actually missing way back out?
Yes. So TZ was one that I missed a lot. So I had that yesterday. Very excited, and I was very full. Yeah.
I'm happy you did enjoy it. You know, Alma, there was something I got to realize about you, and it's something that you wrote on your website. And by the end of this discussion, it's actually a discussion and interview, we will get to know that she has a website. We all will go there to read. She has so much lovely things to share with all of us. And what really enticed me is the fact that in your memory test and your motivation, you attach real life story. It's not like a makeup one, something, a real life one. And one of the stories that really hit me so much was your experience with your parents traveling around. We will get to the part you share about your father being a pastor and all that. Pastor Dankwa, shout out to you and all that. But that the trend, use the word the trend, moving with your family, different communities, schools and all that, there was a trend you realize. Some people are too nice, too caring, too loving, but at the end of the day, it's something else. So you put it in quotes. Beware of the brightest smile. Can you share, one experience of yours that made you put, because I felt it, and I know anybody who will go out there to read, which we will mention at the end of the program, will feel it. Can you share your experience with us?
Well, I mean, it's a little tough to put it into words. I mean, as you know, as a pastor's kid, you move around a lot. You go from church to church. You know, we lived here in Ghana, then we moved to Cote d'Ivoire, and then Daddy also pastored. Hi, Daddy and Mommy, by the way. I miss you guys. So then dad pastored also in the U.S., you know. And then because of my education too, I've been to so many different churches. And it just seemed to be a common trend. Sometimes when you go somewhere at first, you find like this one person who is just so excited that you're there. And it attaches to you like a fly on a wall. But then later on you start to realize there's a change in heart somewhere. And I mean, one particular experience, like people would plot and scheme and try to say false things just to, you know, tarnish your image and all of those things. But I'm grateful for those experiences because, number one, it taught me how to trust in God. You know, my mother is also one of my big inspirations. She's such a humble lady. Shout out to you, Mommy.
Yeah.
And she, in any circumstance, you know, and it's not easy being a pastor's wife, especially working at the division and union and traveling here, traveling there. But in any circumstance, the first thing she would say, Yambo Hompaye, let's pray. You know, and then she'll say, just take your time, do not pay evil with evil, you know, just be kind. Trust in God. Yeah.
Not to call you were a kid then.
Yes.
But didn't you seem to like, no, this is too difficult?
You know, and as a kid, when you see, especially if your parents are being treated some way, you take it personal.
Of course. That's what I'm like, you're being a kid.
But I learned a lot from my mom in those circumstances, the way she would handle people that even that she knew behind closed doors were plotting and scheming. The way she would handle them in public and even in private. Then later on, you would see that those people would start to change again, and we become friends again, you know. And but the people who would plot and scheme, they wouldn't have anything bad to say. At the end of the day, it's like a new will be, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry. Lesson, and I use it in my professional life as a physical therapist. When I face a difficult patient, you know, I just calm down, don't take it personal, be nice, be kind, meet their needs. And once they feel like their needs are met, then they realize, oh, I didn't mean to be mean. I didn't mean to be, you know, that way. It's just, then they start to explain. It's just, and no problem, that's fine. I'm just here to help you. You know, it's just something that has stuck with me throughout my life.
So that experience, one way or the other, has really shaped the way you are.
Yeah.
Our guest for today is actually a pastor's daughter. She is a wife, a mother, and a physical therapist. So you can see, today we have a lot to talk about. You mentioned you traveling, you know, Cote d'Ivoire. Je m'appelle?
Je m'appelle Kutin Boatin, Docteur Kutin Boatin.
My French is working, actually. But most of the time when people are traveling around like that, when you're old enough, somehow you don't actually feel it. But you being a young kid, did it have any toll on you?
I mean, it did at first, but then I came to understand that this is what my parents do for a living. And then, of course, my father also at a young age included me in the ministry through singing. So, you know, after all, you feel like you are responsible to still uphold, you know, and show Christ to others. So I think around the age of 8.
The age of 8
is when, you know, I started singing with my father. You know, he would do a lot of evangelistic campaigns especially in the Ivory Coast. And I would sing. He's the one who coached me how to sing, actually, stand like this, raise your hands, sing it like this, you know. He's the one who started me in my music career. So it did take a toll, but then I started to understand, that this is what they do and this is how you have to respond, as my mother was teaching me.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that I'm a perfect person, of course.
Of course.
But, God is still working on me.
Still working on each one of us.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Yes, our guests will like that as well. But in attachment to that, although Côte d'Ivoire, these other countries you travel to aside the United States and African country, but we have different cultures. So Ghana culture and that of Ivory Coast and how they do about their things. Sometimes growing up, do you sit back to ask, okay, it looks like this is a bit different, that one is a bit different, mixing up, it's like kind of shape you. Some people end up having different kind of characters and all that to suit where they find themselves. That didn't happen to you?
Yeah, I had to learn how to adjust quickly, because we traveled a lot. So, from here we lived in Ivory Coast, and then I went to school in Kenya at Maxwell Adventist Academy. So in every circumstance, I just had to quickly learn to adapt, because every culture has their different personalities, their different mannerisms, their different foods, the different way, even though we may all be Adventists, the different ways they worship God, the different way they sing even. So you just learn on your feet, learn to adjust in different situations.
Was it difficult being a pastor's child?
Well, difficult in the sense that you're always being looked at. Somebody always was, like, everything you do is always under a microscope,
So meaning you were not yourself. You couldn't be free. You always have to pretend or try to,
I wouldn't say pretend. I just sometimes I would, as a child, rebel a little bit because I wanted to, do things that other people were doing. But
what? Other things like what?
So if my friends are playing on Sabbath, I want to also go and play, If my friends are watching TV on Sabbath, of course I'd want to go and watch TV. But after a while you realize that this is the calling, this is where your life is. You can't be like everybody else. You're specially called. So you have to act accordingly. Sometimes it wouldn't be I wouldn't be excited about it. I'm not going to lie. But, after a while you get used to it. Then you start to love it, being a pastor's child. And then there's privileges that come with it.
That comes with it. Like, privileges like what?
When you go and visit a church, they'll take you to a separate room. And as a child, you get biscuits and malts. Not everybody got those
VIP treats.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I mean, by virtue of the fact that, I'm Pastor Boachidanko's child, I could, go places that other people couldn't. So there were a lot of benefits, and I was privileged to, go to have an Adventist education from a young age. So Maxwell Adventist Academy, then I went to Southern University in Tennessee, and then finally did my doctorate at Andrews University. That's a privilege, of being, pastor's daughter. So, and I'm grateful for that.
Of course, you gotta be grateful for that.
Yeah.
All right, so dear Annie, the conversation is getting interesting, and I would love you to tell that friend or brother who's saying that I can't watch because I'm not home, that they can watch on Facebook or YouTube. On Facebook, Hope TV Ghana. YouTube, Hope Channel Ghana. And you can drop your comment or questions as the conversation goes through our WhatsApp line 0559 680066, and read it all out for you. Today I'll try my best to read messages, so you can send them in. All right, so you're not the only child of your father.
No. No.
How many siblings do you have?
So there's 5 of us. I had 2 brothers. Unfortunately, they're deceased. And I have a sister and also an adopted sister.
So
Yes,
now
yeah.
you're 3
3
girls.
sisters, yes. Yeah.
You become the second male, the males to hold up the family. God has a reason for all that. So growing up with your siblings as pastor's children, how is your relationship at home? How are things at home? How do you go about things as a family?
I mean, the Bachidanko household, I would say, is the best environment. We have fun. We make fun of each other. We sing, we dance. And when it comes to discipline, you're told what you did wrong and what you did right. And then we pray, of course, in the pastor's household. Growing up, we always did devotions and all of those things. And my love for music started from home, because daddy is a big lover of music. I mean, at a young age, he was playing, songs from Sandy Patty and, Whitney Phipps and, all of these big
gospel musicians.
Yeah, gospel musicians and, those a cappella CDs and, the young missionaries and the new eras, and I could keep going. But
of course, a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well, so you started your music at a tender age, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Could you remember the first song you sang?
The first song I sang in public?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago. The first song I sang. No, I wouldn't remember. I remember the first song I wrote, but I don't remember. It was a song that I wrote with my friend Kumbi Egwake. She's a Nigerian.
Okay.
And I don't remember how it went. Oh, now I do. It went like, I don't know why you died for me, but they say it's for my sins. Well, I've never seen this kind of person before with such a wonderful love. That was the first song I ever...
Please keep going. We're enjoying it. I know. Yeah. Oh, my guests will push me if we keep talking. That was a beautiful one. That was at 8 years.
Yeah, I think 8 or 9 is when we wrote that song. Yeah, I never recorded it though.
Why?
I think I have to go ask permission from my friend Kumbi, maybe Dr. Kumbi. She's a medical doctor now. I have to ask her if I can record that song.
So far, how many songs have you composed yourself?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to put a number to it. It's at least more than 30 to 40 probably.
Which you've recorded, most of it?
Which I have composed. Not all of them are recorded, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like how many of them are recorded?
So far I have 7 out and an album on the way.
Yes, an album on the way. But before we even talk about the album, the 7, which was your favorite?
Oh wow, that's a hard question because I love each and every song for different reasons. Every song has a story.
Of course.
Yeah, so I think one of my favorites is Enyonyam Kaudi, and that was featuring Koda. Okay. I think because it was unconventional. It's in a blues style, and it fit a little bit more of my personality. It's a little less conservative and a little funky in there. So I think that would be one of my favorites. Another favorite would be "'Tis So Sweet," which is a hymn. Just because of the peaceful serenity of it. When you listen to it, the production was just peaceful and calm, and I sang that hymn with a different tune, with the tune of Face to Face.
Okay.
So face to face with Christ, my Savior. Yeah. So instead of singing, "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus," I say, "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus." Yeah. So yeah, that would be what
That's creativity at its best. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really creative. Twisting everything about and all that. Well, it's kind of fine, right? I know our guests will agree to that. So throughout growing up, your parents have been supportive with your music.
Yes.
And it has become part of your life. It comes to you naturally, right?
Yes, I mean, sometimes
some people would have to go through the training, go through the rehearsals and all that. But have you been training?
No, I haven't.
So it's natural.
I never formally studied music, although I wished I probably took my piano lessons more seriously. Sorry, Daddy. But no, I never formally trained in music. I just and I say this often, that sometimes I wake up and God downloads music in my head and I sing it.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And some people say they dream about the lyrics. Some too say it's circumstance that bring about the story.
Yeah.
Others too say some people composes those songs for them. You happen to be a composer for, say, Boateng and the rest. You know, these are one of our finest.
I still, even to this day, I do not know how he does it. He takes the whole text and puts melodies to it, and it makes sense musically. I'm still to this day amazed by his talent. It's just crazy. Yeah, so I take a lot of inspiration from Osebwati, of course, Samasari Bediako, and other great composers. I haven't recorded any of their songs though, although I wish to in the future. But so far I haven't recorded any of their songs. Songs. But I did though. The first time I recorded was for Osebwati. Yeah, it was a children's CD. That was when they did Mafraya wa Damfubi. Yesu, Yesu. Yeah, I was on that CD. Yeah.
Go look for that one. Okay, go look for that one. You want to let her sing? No, go and look for that one. Of course, we might let her sing one of those songs, probably composed but not recorded. From Osebwati. She will sing that, but go look for those songs. All right, so you're live. You're married now.
Yes.
You have 2 wonderful kids.
Yes, Iris and Jasmine.
Yes, and Mr. Boateng. Shout out to Mr. Boateng.
Doctor.
Oh, please, I don't want to take away your title. You've gone through a lot to get that title. Dr. Boateng, shout out to you. Your marriage life, how did you even meet your husband?
I met him at youth camp, believe it or not.
Please. Please sit properly. Yes, I'm sitting properly. So sit properly. Let's take this one in.
Yes.
Youth camp.
Yes, we met at youth camp in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Munko
listen.
Okay, we are listening. We are listening.
Yeah, so I met my husband at youth camp. It was just an awkward moment, actually. We were doing inspections. We were judges for inspections on a Friday afternoon, and so going from room to room, inspecting people's rooms, make sure their bed was laid and their rooms are clean. That's how we met, and then we started talking, and 3 years later we got married, and now it's been 9 years. Yeah.
How was it like when, before even marriage, being a pastor's daughter? All the time, they always say the pastor's children and their relationships sometimes tough. Was it that tough?
Like finding somebody or just being in a relationship?
Just being in a relationship, even finding someone as a whole.
So I had a lot of friends. I didn't really date that much though, to be honest with you. It's a couple people, nothing serious. And
Just a couple of people, nothing serious.
And my husband was the first person I brought home officially. Like, this is the person I'm dating. And
what was about him that he particularly you actually presented you?
There was something about him. It was his love for God and love for God's work that really attracted me to him. And also he had big dreams, big ambitions, and so that's what attracted me to him. Yeah. Aside from the fact that he's also good looking. That doesn't hurt.
Okay. I didn't say it. I didn't say it, because I was if I say it, it's like I could say you have been saying it. I didn't say it. All right. But you know, some people fake their love for God. When you're dating them, when you come to realize that that's how you are, they try to live to that standard just to get you. How are you able to realize that, no, this is for real? It's not, he's just not making it up. Yeah, you're married now, but before that, how do you know this is not fake? This is real.
Well, I always told myself that I need time to get to know somebody. So we dated for about 3 years before getting married.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see him in different circumstances, how he reacts in difficult situations, how he reacts when he's mad at me, those kind of things. And then, of course, I prayed a lot, because no matter what you do, you won't completely know somebody before you get married.
I want you to mention that part again. You don't completely have to know somebody.
No, you won't, because even till today, I still learn new things about my husband.
Oh.
Yeah, and we've been married 9 years, which, you know, to people
almost
like
a decade.
Yeah, to some people it's not that much, but for me it's quite a long time. Yeah, so it's a lot of prayer. You have to pray a lot that God show me, you know, the true character of the person, and show me if this is the right person for me. And we did pray a lot together, but I also prayed a lot separately, you know. And I wasn't afraid to pray this prayer that, if this is not your will, let this relationship break down. Yeah. So
I'm learning, and I know you're learning as well. Yes, especially about marriage and life. I ask most of our guests these things because we all differ in so many ways, and we are all unique in a way. Marrying for 9 years, as you mentioned, people might think it's not a lot, but it's a lot for you. Why are you saying it's a lot for you? What has been some experiences? Can you mention with us some happy moments?
Oh yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of happy moments, you know, and we've also had, you know, some ups and downs. Every marriage does. I think one of the bigger challenges was I'm trying to determine that this is the pause. I'm trying to determine whether to share it now or share it later.
Feel free.
But you know, I did have, you know, fibroid issues early on in my life. So that became an issue when we were married, you know.
That with childbirth.
Yeah, with childbirth bearing. I think that was one of the challenging things that, you know, we went through. But God, you know, opened the way. And I'll share more of these testimonies on Saturday when you come for worship night, because out of those things came a lot of music as well. You know, out of those, all the challenges came a lot of inspirations in music as well.
But we would love you to share just a few bit of it. Aside marriage, you share personal challenges you've been through that has really modified you.
Personal challenges.
Kutin,
I think the one personal challenge that is ongoing, that, you know, sometimes I pray about, is people don't realize when you live in another country where you're a minority, the way you're seen when you walk into the room is different.
Even in church?
Even in church. You know, when you walk into a room and it's a room full of another race, they assume before you open your mouth. There's so many assumptions of who you are before you even open your mouth. So it's something that is honestly, it's a challenge every day to overcome. And it takes a lot of prayer, it takes a lot of, getting tough skin to push through and just do what you need to do, because some of it is ignorance, of course, some of it is racism, of course, but it's something that it can, if you let it get to you, it can really mess with your psyche, but I think that's something that I would say is an ongoing challenge.
That people should actually understand that it happens.
Yes. It's not racism, it's not dead.
Yeah. But do you think it's only outside the country?
When
you were in Cote d'Ivoire, in Kenya, did you experience that?
No, not necessarily. I mean, Cote d'Ivoire, the people would treat you differently because maybe you may not speak French, but they wouldn't treat you differently in terms of a negative way. They'll treat you differently because they don't know you and they know you don't speak the language, so they're curious to know who you are. And Kenya was also different because most of my Kenyan brothers and sisters, as soon as they see you, they try to place you in a certain tribe. So they gave me a tribe. I think my tribe was Luya. They said I look like a Luya woman.
How do
they look at the face?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they look at your face and maybe your body size or your body shape, and they say, okay, you look like you're from this tribe. Are you a Luya? And I'll kindly say, no, I'm not from here. I'm from Ghana. No, but in general, people are really nice. Yeah.
Really nice in general. So when all you're traveling around, I won't take Ghana out because automatically you have to be happy you're Ghanaian.
Yes, of course.
Ghana.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll take Ghana out.
God bless our homeland.
And make it great
and strong.
I love it. All right. So aside Ghana, which of the countries have you been to that you would love to go back again? Kenya?
Yeah. Kenya, because I love the natural beauty of that country. It is beautiful. The animals, I mean, when you go on a safari, you see so many different animals that you feel so small around their big mountains and big wildernesses. You see the greatness of God through nature there. It's just so beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Dear one, I'm being told that if I don't read my messages and our time is up, there's going to be a trouble. So I read my messages. I'll be biased, but this is for my lovely big sister. Sis, wherever you are, shout out to you. Precious Hannah Ewu Esiam. It hurts when people try to tarnish your image, but eventually people get to know who you truly are. It is so true. And this King David Piano Academy. Hi, Minister Kutin. I don't know if you know this person.
I think so, yes. Yeah.
All right. Ajua Benewala, we say, so proud of you, sis. Nana Yao Day says, go, sis.
Hey, bro.
Humphrey Tete say, congrats, Amma, all the best.
Hey, Humphrey.
Daniel Entry says, God bless you, my sister, watching you from Canada. And King David goes up again, say, God bless you, Amma, watching you from Virginia.
Oh, yes, I remember David now. Yes, hi, David Kusi.
Yeah, he would have had issues with you.
I know. Please forgive me.
All right, so some two sent to me personally. This from Ghana. And Nane, if I'm reading your message for you, she's saying that I don't know her, but I kind of love her, sharing her experience. It's so much to take in watching Rhythms of Life because there's always something new to learn. And then Foster says, please ask Minister Kutin for us. music is powerful. Can she say it's more powerful than prayers from her personal experience? Before I read the rest.
I think I wouldn't say music is more powerful than prayer, but I would say there is a power in music. And that power, sometimes you need music to even usher you into prayer, to get you in that mode of, worship, of, feeling close to God and communing with God. I wouldn't say it's more powerful. I think they're complementary. They're good sisters.
They're good sisters.
Yeah.
Well, our time will soon be out, but you're a physical therapist.
Yes.
How have you and your patients, I don't want to say clients, but patients, been? Do you remember any kind of moment with a patient that you lost words and have to sing to that patient?
Oh yeah, I mean, some people think I may be annoying because I sing to my patients all the time. Because when you're in the hospital, you're in pain, you're sick, sometimes, and then as a patient, you just have people coming in and out. This person is putting an IV in your arm, taking blood from you. It's not a fun place to be. So I try as much as possible as a physical therapist to uplift my patient's spirits. So
is that why I say hospital is a lonely place?
It is. It is. It's full of people, but it's a lonely place because everybody is coming in to do their work and they leave you, And sometimes, especially during COVID, it was very lonely because they wouldn't allow family members to come and visit because they were afraid people would bring more viruses in. So I try as much as possible to uplift my patients' spirit anytime I go there, so that when I leave, they're already asking, when are you coming back? Can you stay a little longer? And physical therapy is not always fun because for the patient, because you're making them do what they don't want to do.
Recovering, broken legs, arms, and all that. You need to go through that training.
Yes, so I sing to them a lot. And one particular patient, she was just so down. I think she had a stroke, and she was just so down. She hadn't heard from her family, and I realized that she was a Christian. So I started singing Amazing Grace to her, and she started crying. And it touched my heart so much. I held her hand, and I was just like, you're going to be fine. And we sang and we sang and we sang. And afterwards, then she wanted to do physical therapy because she didn't want me to go. She didn't want me to leave. But, we prayed together and I encouraged her. And I think a few months later, I saw her out on the street and I gave her the biggest hug ever because I remembered what we had shared in the hospital. I was like, wow, it was so good to see her recovered and doing well, driving and everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Saturday, there's something come to happen.
Yes.
Share with us before our time is over.
Yes, we're going to have worship night with Kutin this Saturday at Prince Emmanuel SDA Church, the Youth Hall. We've invited One Voice Choir, Lordina the Soprano, Pesdak Praise, and The Manifest. And this is my first ever event, so I'm a little nervous. But I know it's going to be an amazing experience. I have so many great things to share with all of you, inspirations, testimonies, songs exclusively that are going to be on the upcoming album that nobody has heard before.
Okay, so we happen to be the first to hear. That is if you come on that day, just this coming Saturday, 10th of December 2022. So we have a question for you.
Yes.
And one for our viewer. Actually, before I read out the question, the time for the program?
The time is 6 p.m.
6
Sharp.
PM. Sharp.
6 p.m. GMT. That would be 1 p.m. EST.
Okay.
1 p.m. in New York.
And it's free?
Yes, it's free. Totally.
It's free. She added totally. All right. So I always promise your viewer that you're part. Of course, you're part. And then there's a special package for you. As to the person who answered this question first. Yes. And it's a Bible trivia question. What tribe was Paul from? The first person to send the right answer, I have a special gift for you. Me personally, I have a special gift for you. What tribe was Paul from? All right, so to our guest for today. Oh, why? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Which celestial bodies did Joshua, I'm giving you an easy one.
Okay.
Which celestial bodies did Joshua command to stay still?
Wasn't it the sun?
Only the sun.
Was it the sun and moon?
I tricked her. She's not even sure. Daddy,
Wait.
don't worry, she's fine.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
I'll give it to you anyway. All right, so our time is almost up.
Really?
Yes.
I was just having fun.
Oh, I know, right? I wish we can enjoy it, but our producer and then, you know, the big team behind the back will just come dragging us off. I wish we could have this conversation going. I know our guests are home to wish the same, but then our time is almost up. So, your last words to our young coming Adventists who want to dive into music.
Oh, I would say the road is tough. You know, music is not an easy feat, but with God's help, you will get there. Don't give up. If this is what God has called you to do, He will make a way. He will make a way. And sometimes it may be a lonely place because only you understand what is in your heart that is bursting to come out. But in all, praise God and wait on the Lord.
Praise God and wait on the Lord. On this now, I want to say a big thank you.
Can I say hi and thank you to a few people?
Yeah, quick one.
Okay. I want to say a special hi to my husband, Kutin, Dr. Kutin Boateng.
Hey.
And my 2 little girls, Iris and Jasmine. I miss you both. To my in-laws who are also home, Mama Evelyn and Ija John, hi. Yeah. Mom and Dad and Ellen and Bia, hi. And to all my loved ones who are on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, I miss you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes. We love you all.
Yes.
We do love you all. We at Hope Channel, we do love you all. Thank you so much for gracing Rhythms of Life and sharing your experience with us. That
Thank
we can
you
also
for having
pick
me.
Things from it. And to you, our viewer, a quick one, don't forget, Pella Fest. After enjoying Saturday program, which is going to be organized by Kutin Boateng, after enjoying, that's a warm-up, you know. We've been warming up since with Hannah's program. That's Hannah Ewu's concert of album. One Voice also warmed us up. Amma is doing that. So it's like, you know, that warm-up for that great day, which is the 1st of December 2022 at the National Theatre. Please grab your tickets. It's 70, 150, and then 300 for a family of 5. So you can join hands, friends, you can join hands and then just come for the 300 Ghana cedis. We want you to be there. Enjoy yourself. Relax and let's join hands to praise God. So on this note, next week, the first person on the list to have answered the question, I'll give you the gift and I'll mention the person's name. So you, my viewer, stay blessed, keep praying, stay focused, and stay safe. My name is Nana Akusia Boache. Until we meet again next time, it's all smiles.
changing lives. For one night only, the city will converge at the National Theatre as united in